So the Bens told me I could produce my own video and I could do whatever I wanted. So I've decided to take a road trip. Dude, this is gonna be rough. Myself and my coworker Devontae, our editor, are gonna take a road trip from here in Virginia to our neighboring state, West Virginia, to do some of our favorite outdoor activities. And we're gonna do it in the best car ever, the Honda Fit. Devontae, shall we? This is my 2013 Honda Fit Sport. If you saw the build episode on this car, you may have seen me install Fortune Auto 500 coilovers, Koenig Hypergram wheels, and some Falken 615 K Plus tires. While this is probably not the ideal setup for driving in the winter, it looks good, and looks are all that matters on YouTube anyways. But what makes the Fit such a good road trip car? Well, it's practicality. So if we drop the bike rack and open the trunk, as you can see, we fit everything we need for our road trip in here. We have all of our camera gear, all of our luggage, and everything we need for all the activities planned along the way. Normally on a Gears and Gasoline road trip, we need a different support vehicle to carry everything for us. But on this trip, the Fit's gonna do it all. But enough talking, let's get on the road. So you might be asking, why West Virginia? Well, it's an incredibly beautiful state with tons of activities for the outdoor enthusiast to enjoy. Devontae and I both enjoy being outside and climbing, so our first stop is going to be the New River Gorge. So now we're on a mountain pass with the Fit, and this is what I built this car for. It is incredible in the mountains, and it's awesome that we can have a car that can do all of this while also carrying so much stuff. In a typical sports car, you're going to be sacrificing something, whether that be gas mileage, it's going to be a bit cramped, you won't be able to carry anything. But the Fit can still have so much fun in the mountains while still being able to be so practical. So this car, spiritedly driving in the mountains, gets 15 miles per gallon. That's better than Ben's Tundra in the city. And I'm having so much fun. The Fit has no sacrifices, except for maybe straight line speed. But if you forget about straight line speed, it's the perfect car. So even a car as fuel efficient as the Honda Fit still needs to fill up on gas sometimes. But if this was a normal Gears and Gasoline road trip, we'd be filling up with high octane gas in one of our many fuel inefficient cars. But because it's the Fit, it takes even bottom of the barrel, regular 87. I love old timey gas pumps. So I've been noticing that my car is rubbing a little bit in the rear, specifically on bridge joints. But I'm not too worried, so I'm gonna just ignore it. I think we'll be fine. All right, Devontae, what do you think about the Fit so far?
It's pretty cool. Handles great. Nice and quiet. No exhaust drone.
That is true, there is no exhaust drone, but do you notice how loud it is inside the cabin compared to like another car, maybe like your Tiguan or something?
Yeah, there's a little bit of like road noise, but not too bad. Still very comfortable.
I would agree with Devontae. I will say it is a very comfortable automobile. The road noise can get a bit much, but we do have a radio, so if we turn that on, it will drown the road noise out and we'll be at Meadow Top soon enough. Dollar Tree right next to each other. Look at that, they got Advance Auto Parts in West Virginia. Who knew? After a couple more windy back roads, we were almost at our destination. But Devontae and I decided to make a quick stop at one of West Virginia's most scenic locations. So, Devontae, what do you think about maybe base jumping?
It's not for me.
I mean, there's the bridge is right there. And like they do it in the summer. They like let you base jump off in the summer.
I mean, I know I like getting airtime on like bicycles and snowboards, but
not for you?
Not for me.
I don't know. I think it'd be fun maybe. Devontae and I decided that base jumping would have to wait for another day. But after a short 15-minute drive north, we arrived at our destination. All right, so we're just off the highway here in beautiful West Virginia. We parked off the highway over there. Got my crash pad. Got my shoes and everything in here. So let's go hit the boulders. All right, so it says take a right at the first tee and then a left at the next one. So that way, Devonte. Let's go. Look at that. We aren't even to the boulders yet. We already got a waterfall. This tree has just gone straight up against the wall. This is pretty sick, dude. This is awesome. I like this. All right, so we have found a boulder here. After a little bit of hiking and a little bit of frustration, we have found the boulder. I'm taking these shoes off. It's not very fun. Ugh, I need an easier boulder. So this is actually my first time bouldering outdoors. I've only really climbed in the gym. So this is a new experience for me, you know, having to actually like search for the routes outside. It's been kind of hard to find them. We spent probably like an hour walking around trying to find these boulders, but now that we're here, we can actually get in some climbing. The start is here and the end is up top. Now this is kind of how bouldering works. So you normally have 2 designated start holds and then your goal is to get to the top of said boulder. Now, we have a crash pad below to help me in case I fall, but we're gonna try this one and hopefully we can do a V0 and then we'll move on from there. All right, we're just gonna put it here. All right. Tall people advantage. That's a V0 for sure. But, so yeah, that's bouldering. All right, Devonte, it's your time to shine. Go for it.
I'm not as experienced as you, so this ought to be fun.
Ugh. I got no feet. None of this is easy.
Oh, that hurt.
So what Devonte and I have quickly discovered about outdoor climbing is that I'm not good enough for this yet.
Neither am I.
I mean, really, this is really difficult stuff. So I think I'm gonna need to go back to the gym and train a little bit more before I even think about coming back outside. And also, I should probably wait till it's a little warmer out. It is January. This is probably not prime climbing season, but all right, so we have a V1 here. I'm gonna try. It's a little bit higher than the last one and the holds look a lot different than the other one, so this one should be a little bit more fun, maybe a little bit more technical. Let's give it a shot. That was very tall. I'm really glad I have the crash pad. Devonte and I spent the next half hour climbing as much as we possibly could in some of the best lighting I've ever seen. But eventually that light ran out and we decided to call it a day. So what'd you think about bouldering?
Outdoor bouldering, it was a fun new experience.
Yeah, it's a lot different than the gym for sure.
I already didn't have a lot of experience coming into this. I definitely need a lot more to do something like this, but it was fun, new experience.
I think you're gonna kick my butt tomorrow when we go out skiing and snowboarding though.
We'll see. I'm a bit sore.
I still think you'll do pretty well.
It ought to be fun though.
Yeah, for sure. After a short hike out of the woods, Devonte and I hopped into the best car ever and drove to our hotel for the night. The next morning, we decided to make a quick detour before we hit the mountain to ski and snowboard. So before we hit the slopes this morning, Devonte and I both skate, so we thought it'd be a fitting warm-up for us to skate this morning here in Beckley, West Virginia. We have stopped at the local skate park here. Devonte, what did you bring to help us with skating today?
I brought this DVX 100. It's a camera from the early 2000s. Very similar to the Sony VX 1000, which was a staple in skateboarding filmmaking, and very fun to film with. Hopefully we can stack some nice clips this morning. I think most of the footage that you're about to see will be from this DVX. And yeah, let's get warmed up because it's really cold out here. It's like 27. Sounds like a plan. All right, let's do it. R.I.P. the gloves, baby. How was that?
I'm beat, man. That was tough.
The stuff was icy, not much to do, but it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah, very less than ideal conditions for skateboarding for sure. It's very cold, everything's icy. It's just less than ideal.
Yeah, but I think that's the theme of this whole trip.
Yeah.
Everything's less than ideal, but it's still a blast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having fun. I'm having a great time. And even though my tires may be summer tires, everything's icy. All the rocks were cold yesterday while climbing. We hiked for like an hour and couldn't find them. I mean, I'm still having a great time.
Oh yeah, and we couldn't have done it without this fit.
Without the best car ever. And I'm not even worried about it either. It's just, it doesn't skip a beat. You just get in it, turn it on, go.
Oh yeah, now let's say we get back in this and take it to our next destination.
Yeah, we got a little bit of snow where we're going. Trip's going well. I mean, the fit's doing great. I haven't done this much physical activity back to back in a long time, so I'm pretty beat. I think every car that I've road tripped in that wasn't a sport vehicle was very either loud, uncomfortable to an extent. I think the STI that I rode in for the Florida to Alaska was very loud on the interior and very, just like the seats weren't as comfortable. The Evo, same thing, loud, seats were uncomfortable. But this car is quiet. I forget it's running sometimes. And it's super comfortable. I mean, I could probably spend a 12-hour trip in this thing and not sweat it at all. I think the Fit stock was better as an adventure vehicle. It had more ground clearance before, but yesterday we had to park on the side of the highway. The Fit just like didn't scrape at all, just parked over the side of a highway crest without skipping a beat. It might not be the most ideal adventure vehicle, but it definitely is, it can do it for sure. All right, Devontae, we're here.
Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've never been here before actually.
Neither have I.
Should be fun. I mean, it's a mountain and it has snow.
Yeah, I think so. Not a lot of people here.
No, it's a weekday. There's nobody here.
This chairlift is a little sketchy. But I'm excited. Looks like they blew a bunch of snow last night. Nice and groomed. We'll see what happens.
To get down to this lift, we had to do like a little ski down here. And I think I lost all my skills that I learned over the past like 10 years. So like my skiing history is like skiing about once every year for like 10 years.
It's probably the backpack.
Yeah, it's the backpack for sure. Welcome to Gears and Gasoline, the car channel where we also go skiing sometimes.
I think one could argue that action sports and cars go hand in hand. I mean, like all my friends that I grew up skateboarding with and biking with, they all are into cars now, and usually anytime you go to like track day or like a car show, you'll usually see some people on like bikes or skateboards or something. I think it's just a community that all comes together. Oh. I tried to stop.
This is the first clip we filmed, Devontae. And look what's happened. I'm on the ground. This was the first clip.
I'm already exhausted.
That was entertaining. This is very difficult. This is so high. Devontae, I'm beat.
Me too.
I think doing all of our favorite hobbies back to back to back may not be good for our physical health.
Yeah, I think I'm a little too old for this now. I mean, I'm not that old, but I'm definitely not 15 anymore.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that the gap between what I was able to do at about 14 to 16 is not the same gap that I can do now that I'm like 22.
It was a lot of fun, though.
It was great. I had a fun time. The conditions, once again, probably less than ideal, but then again, the whole East Coast has not had good conditions for snow this year.
But the snow that they did have was pretty good.
It was pretty fun, honestly. Good time.
Yeah. Not too many features in the terrain park, but that's all right.
Nah,
take it easy anyway. I was just kind of chilling out.
Yeah, the last thing I want to do is get hurt. So let's take this little bean home. All right, last gas stop of the trip. So normally I check my oil every time I stop for gas, but I kind of just didn't this trip. So I'm gonna do it now for our last gas stop. I'll check the oil, make sure we're doing good, and if not, we'll fill it up with some Valvoline. Check the oil level. Ooh, a little low. All right, well that'll probably about, I don't know, maybe a quarter quart, half quart. Be all back to normal. So I can't quite get the 5-quart jug into the Fitz oil fill, so I have a water bottle here, and I'm gonna take my pocket knife. I'm just gonna cut the top off and make a little DIY funnel. All right, here's our DIY oil fill. That DIY funnel worked way better than I expected. That is our oil back to full, so that's good. Don't worry about that anymore. Now, let's go wash this car because it's real dirty from all that salt in West Virginia. So let's go wash her up. So Devontae, the trip is officially over. What did you think?
It was a lot of fun. It was very scenic and a lot of fun getting outside. And of course, we couldn't have done it without the best car ever.
Yeah, I honestly forgot we were even really driving the Fit. I forgot that this was kind of like the point of the video, that we were supposed to be like, you know, road tripping the Fit. But honestly, I think that's the best part, is that I didn't have to think about it at all. Like, I just knew that every time I got back to it, it was gonna start.
It's nice and comfortable as well. It's not too loud. The ride is pretty smooth, other than the occasional bump with the rough roads, but that's not really your fault.
Yeah, I mean, it rubbed a little bit in the rear, which I hadn't experienced before, but we did have a bunch of extra camera gear and a bunch of other stuff in the car, so, I mean, it didn't rub that bad. It wasn't too bad, so I'm not gonna complain. The theme has still been less than ideal.
Oh yeah.
The snow is pretty icy at the ski resort. The skate park we went to was basically frozen solid, and then the boulders were cold.
But we had fun.
We did have a lot of fun. And that just goes to show that even when you have the less than ideal conditions for something, you can still have fun. Like, summer tires, not ideal for driving in 30-degree weather, but we still had fun with the car on those back roads in West Virginia.
And I think that's what it's all about.
It's just all about going out and having fun, really. So Devontae, what do you have to tell the people?
Like and subscribe.
Buffalo Sabres, OG Ristolainen jersey. I'm looking real Jerry today. At Gears and Gasoline, we pride ourselves on our efficiency when it comes to our road trips. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do the most efficient stop as possible. Oh, the mic's stuck, all right. No! This is a tragedy. A travesty. Oh well, good thing I didn't need to pee that bad. Here, you want to just cut this take and delete this take?
You good?
That answers I'm going to fake